I think going on a pilgrimage is the most wonderful thing a person can do. You can take time and actually pray to God and not worry about the problems back at home. You have more time to clear your mind of things and just think of God and really cherish Him. And you grow spiritually. You learn from other people around you new prayers and new ways to pray to Him and to talk to Him. And I think everybody needs that to grow spiritually.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death.
want to get everything out of every moment that we can, see everything, take all the opportunity. I've found already that one of the most inspirational things is the people. To see all these good, true, sincere people who are here to be in the presence of Mary, and we've all been lucky enough to be chosen to be here together.
Oh, perfecto.
With a wooden paddle that's used by bakers to bake bread. She was an extraordinary. And at the time of this battle, some of the Spaniards, not during the battle, but had passed through. You'll see her come in and give her a wooden paddle.
think that the Blessed Mother can really bring her children back to her son. I think that she has a big role in that. Because a lot of the young people right now have want nothing to do with the church, and I think she plays a big role in that, bringing them back to Jesus.
When I came to Fatima, I realized how big it was and how many people are actually here from all over the world. And I just wonder, as a young person, if the three young people that Our Lady appeared to ever realized, like, that this would come of their faith. Like, just those three young children literally moved the world and brought millions and millions and millions of people here. I mean, it was the apparition of Mary, but it was the children's faith in that apparition that led eventually, most of the town of Fatima, and finally the rest of the world and the church to believe.
love like Jesus.
Devemos amar como Jesus ama.
I think this experience at Fatima is going to change my life a lot more because I understand a lot more about the Mass, and I have never been described before about the tabernacle like I was today in church. So now I feel like even though back at home it's more by the book, it might be more enjoyable because I'll understand it now.
Four things I'd like to speak about today. The first being prayer. What does it take to become a true disciple of Christ? Prayer. You cannot become someone. You cannot become like someone that you do not know. The second thing, humility. A virtue very misunderstood in this world. A virtue humiliated almost, or humiliated virtue, because so few people truly understand the virtue. Many of us understand humility as if somebody does something well and somebody comes up to that person and says, "Wow, you did that well," and the person says, "No, I didn't." We think that's humility. Humility is a positive Christian virtue. If somebody does something well and somebody comes up to that person and says, "Wow, you did that well," and the person says, "No, I didn't," the person has lied. The truth is that we all do things very well. How can a lie be a positive Christian virtue? So what is humility? Humility is recognizing two simple truths at one point of time. Firstly, that God has given us many gifts, that we can do many things wonderfully, that we are gifted. And secondly, that we can do nothing without God.
It's only open for private masses, and we have a large enough group. I just don't know if we have time. That's it. There are more things that God than we're doing. If we'd stay a whole month, we could do everything. Straight in that direction. It's a very interesting story. The Chapelina is about 4 times the size of what it was when it was originally built. Every time it was remodeled, bigger and bigger. But the place where Our Lady, the Lady statue is standing, is the actual site of the apparitions of the home of the tree. Now there was no water.
I think what I'll be able to bring home from Fatima is a message to young people. Young people are so troubled today with whatever kind of gods they're creating for themselves, and I want to be able to bring home to them the true presence of Jesus Christ and really a true devotion to Mary. We do a lot of that in our youth ministry already, but I want to be able to enhance that, especially through my own conversion and my own coming back to God.
I came here much like a lot of other people did, in the sense that it is a spiritual journey. And I don't really feel that it is a destination. I feel more like it's a stop along that spiritual journey. And I was just thinking today that you travel down that road and you know where you want to go. But quite often a lot of people get to a crossroads and they don't know which way to go. And I think how I feel about Fatima is that when you get to that crossroads, you meet your best friend who knows the way to where you want to go. And I think in Fatima, that best friend is Our Lady. And she knows the way to Jesus, to lead you to him. And I really feel that I've met her in a way here, and that she's now leading me because she knows the way.
All the way here to the top of the mountain here in Braga in Portugal, I now present Maria, Candace, April, Ashley, and Samantha. Please welcome them. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Nothing you can say can tear me away from my God, my God. Nothing you can do, 'cause I'm stuck like glue to my God, my God. I'm sticking to a God like a stamp on a letter, like birds of a feather. We stick together, I'm telling you from the start, I can't be torn apart from my God.
The most special thing about Fatima to me is that everyone here came here for the purpose to get closer to Jesus through Mary. That people have enough of a spirituality that they feel the need to come here and renew their prayer life. So I feel like I'm not alone in my search.
we're celebrating the Golden Jubilee of the Queen of the World, the 350th anniversary of the giving of Portugal to Our Lady as Queen.
The pilgrimage has been fun. It's been both religious, but also social at the same time. It was the perfect mixture. It wasn't continuous 24 hours prayer. That's what I first thought it was going to be when I first came on this pilgrimage. I thought it was going to be like a 24-hour prayer, continuously, like rosary, chaplet of divine mercy. Well, we got to see a lot of things, like go to a castle, have a dance in the castle, eat at a banquet, see a medieval fight. It was rather interesting. It was educational, but also religious at the same time.
This little Jewish maiden called Miriam of Nazareth simply came humbly before the Lord and said, "Here stand I, Lord, I come to do your will." For Mary was empty of ego. She was empty of all that would control, of all that would sully. She was, in the biblical sense of the word, the virgin, the empty one.
What am I going to do now that I go home? What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What am I going to take back with me? And when I first came, my most ultimate goal was to develop a stronger prayer life, a better understanding of the need of prayer, and a stronger desire for prayer. And whether or not I got that, I won't know until I return home, back to the stresses of work, back to the stresses of school, back to all the other anxieties, family and friends that preoccupy me. But I can say that since I've been here, it's been just absolutely wonderful. The prayer, the desire for prayer, what I feel like I've gotten out of my prayer has just been absolutely fantastic.
Being on pilgrimage means really walking toward our Lord on the path of sanctification. You may choose to come to Fatima, to go to Lourdes, or even to meet the Pope on World Youth Day. But the important thing to remember is that our journey is a spiritual one. Today, this pilgrimage in Fatima ends, but our pilgrimage toward our Lord just begins every day. We have to try to find at the site that we visit what that is that brings us closer to our Lord and bring that home with us.
Well, I would like people that I've been able to share little knowledge I have of Fatima and Marian devotion here in Portugal, to take back with them a greater appreciation for Mary's interventions in history and for her messages, because they are acts of love and mercy of God to humanity.
Some people were left with some lasting impressions of thoughts of Fatima that will continue for the rest of their life, hopefully. It was so unique that I would like to try it again, because it was a great blend of people. I think what we're trying to do is get people to have more devotion to Our Lady, to recognize her for the great queen that she is, queen of the world, queen of angels, queen of our hearts. I have to say that I've had many pilgrimages, but being with the leaders that we had, with John Haffert and Monsignor Ledwith and Matthew Kelly and Father Bill, the type of leader that we had, who are so in love with Our Lady and so close in union with God, and to have them constantly with us as role models. Because every one of us is like a little stone in a little river. You throw the stone in and there's a ripple effect. And we're all going to go out and we're going to be thrown in our own little pond. And the ripple effect will affect thousands of people. And there are still a lot of people out there to be saved. A lot of them. And I think this is a training course on how to, first of all, save ourselves and how to help save our brother.